Hi guys, this is Mattjestic Gaming here, and today with the Twitch chat over there, we're here to bring you the fourth part of the beginner's guide. In this beginner's guide, we will be skipping the things we mentioned earlier. So if you have seen the first three parts of beginner's guide, we touched on the very basics, we touched on how druids can be very helpful, we touched on the very basic synergies that can be helpful. In this particular guide, also on the third one, on the third beginner's guide, we have touched on how rolling for the units at the levels you need can be very helpful. Instead of just blindly saving up, blindly leveling up, we really want to think about why we're leveling up. We really want to think about why we're saving. So in this particular guide, I'm going to show you how we want to win a game and how we can put ourselves in a very advantageous position. The first thing comes to my mind when I play any games is that I want pairs. I want pairs and I want early game dominance. What does this mean? So I'm going to walk you guys through the early 15 rounds, or when we get to 50 gold. What does this mean is you want items on your units early. You want frontliners to get items like stock shields and armor items. You want your backliners of the units you want to get the spells of to get damage items or void storms. And again, you want pairs in the early game. Regardless what pairs they are, you want as many pairs or as many 2-stars as you can before round 4 hits. This is to exert our early game dominance, and this early game dominance is going to push us even stronger as we go. Here, we found a pair. 1, 2, 3. Let's take it. This is not a pair, this is a triplet, by the way. And yes, here you might be asking, hey, aren't you missing a tinker? Yes, I am missing a tinker, but I already have 2 of my anti-mages. And yes, I can sacrifice an anti-mage for a tinker, but for those of you who have seen my tier list, the tinker is rated less than the anti-mage in terms of my 1 cost comparison tier list. So that means I'll prefer anti-mage to a 2-star compared to a tinker to a 2-star. And I'll always use a 2-star anti-mage than a 2-star tinker unless there's a class or a unit compensation I wanted with tinker. So this is to show us you don't really need to think about too much, you just want 2 stars early. Again, we prepared anti-mages, we found more anti-mage. This is excellent. Something to keep in mind is you can always be selling units that are in your storage. What does this mean? This is a little nice trick we can show you guys. Is that I am actually planning ahead. In this particular round, what I'm planning is, I'm planning what if I win? What if I lose? If I lose, I'll still have 1 gold. If I win, before the round ends, I'll be rewarded with 1 gold for the round bonus. That means my gold count will go to 2. And this allows me to buy this Juggernaut without having to lock him and without the round being ending. So this allows me for a free roll next round, same as any free round. This allows me to really effectively purchase my unit. So here we won the round, we got the 2 gold, I'm going to buy this Juggernaut. And very nice, we just bought a Juggernaut and we still got our free roll. The second thing we want to keep in mind is we want synergies whenever we can see it. This is a synergy. 2 orcs give us a synergy. What does 2 orcs do? 2 orcs give us 200 bonus HP to both of the orcs. This is very nice. And something I want to keep in mind for all of us to know is that we want to keep as many valuable units as we can in case they become 2-star. Most of the units as 1-star, unless you get a purple unit, they are not that strong. They really start to shine when they get to 2-star. Over here they have some synergy, and we don't have much of the synergy, so we could be losing simply because goblins have some of the best synergies in the early game because of this nanobot that makes them super tanky. We do have a 2-star Batrider, and because the Batrider is not with any other unit that provides synergy for him, he will rapidly be falling off. We did win the 4th round with the Batrider, now we're actually losing the rounds. And yes, I should have bought that Chaos Knight because the Chaos Knight works well with the Batrider. Now, with the Chaos Knight, I want the Knight synergy, I want my 2-star anti-mage, and I want to be winning in the early game. So I'll be selling this Razor, enough gold to level up, I'm going to level up. So this is a mindset. Sometimes you want to be even sacrificing a unit to level up, because I know a razor is 3 cost unit and it's likely I won't be finding more razors. Because think about this, the razor, for those of you that knows a bit of accounting, the razor really eats into your liquidity. If your cash flow or if your money is not in use, it's stuck in things that you can't use, then it's really not what we wanted. We want to get every bit of our money to be useful in the early game, because everything counts. And notice how by having 5 units and having the Knight synergy and the Ox synergy, we start to win rounds. Again, our job is to find pairs. We're very fortunate to get 2 of those, and we'll be leveling up. Let's see how many synergies we have. We have 1 synergy, 2 synergy only, but what we do have is 3 2-stars. This is very nice. We can plan ahead. We can be saying, hey, we have 1 warrior, maybe we got 3 warriors. So maybe that's on top of our mind. And we'll always be looking at the leveling. We can press Alt and hold down the Alt. We can see what level of chess players or chess courier we are. And what does this mean is, once we level up, and we can free up more space. We can put down more units, and each round we gain 1 XP. So what does this goes with me when I'm planning for things? I know that regardless what happens in this round, I will gain 1 chess player XP. So chess courier XP will go to 3/8. Very soon this will go to 4/8. 4/8 is very nice because it's a multiple of 4. One thing I want to highlight for new players is, when you see a purple unit, buy it and try it out. Here I see a purple unit, I'm going to put it down, and what I'm going to take off is this Chaos Knight, because the demons, they do conflict. You want the purple unit, and you want to check what the purple unit does. Because before round 10, if you find a purple unit, most of the purple units are really nice, you just want to check and try it out. I think the only purple unit I wouldn't recommend on buying before round 10 and using it is the Dragon Knight. You can still buy him, but it's not that strong if you use him. So, let's look at our board. How many synergies do we have? We have 2 warriors, 2 Ox, 1 random anti-mage and 1 random Bat Rider. It seems like we're still winning because we have prioritized in finding 2-star units instead of the synergies. Okay, over here we have a Lycan, which is also a warrior. And over here, notice I'm on 4/8 XP. That means by spending 5 gold, I get 4 XP. We level up, we put Lycan down. And again, we're slowly building more synergies, but our synergies is built and surrounded by the crucial 2-star units we have. What I'm thinking right now is, if I get a Troll Warlord, this Bat Rider becomes more useful. If I get more Ox will be more strong. If I get an Axe. And what I'll also be planning is, after round 10, I'll really be deciding what particular class and what particular race I want to go into. By the looks of this one, we'll be going into warriors with Ox and maybe with Trolls. That means I won't be using the units over here. But I do have a little Troll Shadow Shaman, so I'll be buying him. And that means likely I won't be using Knights, and I won't be using the Goblins and Elves. So let's buy this little task. And now what I want to touch with you guys is about saving. You want to be on multiples of 10 whenever it's a neutral round. Right now you don't have to prioritize it, but after round 15 you really want to be saving, even after round 10. So here I'll be selling this one and this one to be on multiples of 10. This is because if you're on multiples of 10, you earn interest, and every bit of gold is going to count for us. So to reinforce, we want to get as many 2-stars as we can, because in the early game 2 stars is just so good, and we want to build a lineup around the 2 stars we find. And in any particular case, if I do, here we find another Juggernaut. Notice how we have a Juggernaut waiting. We can combine the Juggernauts, and again we got a little upgrade. And here, this is the Enchantress, this is a Shadow Thing. I'm buying Enchantress, which I'll touch this with you guys on the intermediate part of the guide. Is that Enchantress is actually like a moving little investment in investing in Enchantress for more gold. I'll leave this to the intermediate part of the guide. So again, in this part of the beginner's guide, we're focused on finding 2-star units, and we're building a team around the 2-star units we have. And you might say, hey, you have a 2-star anti-mage, why aren't you building a team around an anti-mage? Because sometimes a unit can be a standalone unit and it's great enough without even having a team. It's even better having a team, but it's okay without having a team. And here we're versing a particular player, simply because we have enough 2-star units and simply because we have good synergies, we managed to win this very close fight. Notice I'm not on multiples of 10, right now I'm on 16, so I only earn 1. I'll be only earning 1 interest instead of 2. It doesn't round upwards for us. Here we have an X. What we can see is we have 3 warrior. It unlocks the first layer of warrior's armor. This Bat Rider can change his positioning. We can change the position now. Very soon I'll be touching on the positioning in the intermediate guide as well, because I feel like as the new players, we really just want one crucial things to be focused on instead of many things to be focusing on. Here we're focusing on building a team around our 2-star units. And one thing as a new player, notice how I stopped spending my gold. This is a very nice thing as a new player to be starting to learn, is that you want to be saving your gold as early as you can. Think about it this way. If you are saving up on investment, so if you're investing your early gold into savings, you're opening yourself up for a stronger game. Because whoever has the most resource in any game will win the game, because you're building yourself, you're having a mindset for the future instead of just trying to do things now. This is a good mindset, and we'll keep saving until we feel the necessity to not save. And again, notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4 2-stars and have some value units. For value units or units that are great standalone, I'll be posting a new tier list with comparisons of 1-cost and 2-cost units and standalone units like those Dooms and Lone Druids or Conquers. So make sure you check that when I update that, or you can check my existing tier list to find some really nice insights on what units are good at what cost levels. Here, we're fighting some close fights, and we're actually winning them because we have the warriors that are very tanky. The Ox does some great damage, and the lockdowns from the Doom and anti-mages are very great. And again, we want the Beastmaster because it fits our lineup. Everything else kind of doesn't fit our lineup, so we don't need them. Notice how my gold is growing rapidly. 2 reasons. One is that I'm banking a lot of gold, we get interest. Second reason is we have been winning most of our rounds consecutively. This gives us a winning streak. And having a winning streak is because we're focusing on 2-star units, and we're also focusing on units that synergizes. So build a team around your 2-star units, get as many 2-star units as you can, and start saving around 6 unit mark or level 6 builder or level 7 builder. You can even save a level 5 builder if you have 5 really strong 2-star units. Yes, we did lose this one. Oh, by the looks of it, we were close to losing, but turns out we didn't lose. So even a 2-star Bat Rider can do magics without any other trolls. So yeah, focus on your 2-star unit can really help. And here, I know what of my units are warriors, and those 2 units are warriors. This is a neutral round. With neutral rounds, we know that we don't lose much health, even if we lose 2 of them. And with a neutral round, you really want to be sitting on multiples of 10. Here, let me try to sell a unit, so we sit on multiples of 10. We're sitting on 50. Notice how this does say that we will be capping at 50. I don't think it says, but as a guide, you can't earn savings over 50. So if you have 60 gold, you still earn 5 savings per gold. So you still earn interest, that's 5 gold. If you have 70 gold, you still earn 5 gold. So that means we want to stop after we save to 50. We might just want to spend the interest we earn every round and keep ourselves at 50. What does this mean is every round we actually earn double the gold compared to other players. So every player would earn 5 base gold. We get the 5 base gold, and after that we actually earn 5 more gold simply because we have 50 gold. So now every round we're getting stronger than every player. Notice how we're keeping the task. I can put the task down, and I just got myself another warrior. I can level up here, or I can stay where I am. What does it mean if I level up? If I level up, this is another concept I want to touch in the intermediate games, is that if I level up, I give myself more potential to be keeping my win streaks. Something I really want to touch on is that keeping your win streaks and keeping your losing streaks in the intermediate games, or the intermediate guide. Here again, we're stacking up 2 stars so that it matches our synergy. Right now our synergy is warriors and orcs, and that's it. Oh, we're still quite strong. And just by saying that, we might be losing this round. Simply because they have some nice synergies, which is the elementals. But this Juggernaut here, maybe he can do magic. Oh no, the Tiny is too strong for us. That's okay. And here we didn't sit on the multiples. I would recommend saving for more useful units instead of trying to sit on the multiples of 10 in the early game, that is. So notice how we have a Bat Rider. So if we put down this Troll and this Bat Rider, all of a sudden those two actually are great buddies together. And again, I'm prioritizing in 2-star units first, then synergies, then 1-star unit. So 2-star unit, synergies. So this Troll has synergy. This Doom is high rarity. This Lycan does not have a synergy unless it goes with a task, but I'm favoring the synergy of the Trolls instead of the Lycan, because I know very soon I can level up to level 8 and put down my Lycan. One thing I want to highlight to you guys, and maybe we'll definitely touch this in the advanced or the intermediate class, is that we want to know at what level does we have the highest rate of finding our pairs. If I want to find a pair of Lycan, which I'll try to show you guys, to find a pair of Lycan, level 8 is actually the best level to be rolling for Lycan. We didn't find a Lycan, but what we did find is some Shadow Shaman with saving up. Because in my mind, I still want to see Trolls. So this is fine, and we don't have to change anything because we know we have superior saving, we have superior health. Usually you're fighting with 8 people. As a comparison, if you compare, you can look around and click on the builder to see how much saving in terms of the mana, and you can see the health. You can really compare if you're on the upper end with superior saving and superior health. Here we're fighting another player. It seems that we're stronger simply because our 2 stars are synergized as well with the unit composition, because we prioritized again to surround our 2 stars with synergies. And we have a late to mid game in mind, by the way. So surplus money about 50, let's spend up to 50. Again, we didn't change anything this round because we're preparing ourselves to get to level 8. This is actually another fighting round. We're okay to lose simply because we have some nice health and we have lots of savings. Lots of saving means we can always be stronger compared to other players. We have more chance on leveling, we have more chance of finding better units. And in the intermediate guide I'll be making very soon is that I'll be showing you guys when should we be spending, when should we be saving, what should we be looking out for, what should we be aware of, what are the better combos, and what are the current meta synergies as an intermediate player. So intermediate players for me is usually around players around the level of bishop and maybe high bishop and maybe close to rook. Yeah, we're winning very closely as well for this one. So we do want some pairs. We just hit a level up, by the way. So we're going to put a warrior down. This is a purple warrior and this is another purple warrior. Again, I'm prioritizing in finding more units instead of trying to save for the 50 gold. I think it's really crucial for the new players to keep a good mindset, is that you want to be having more pairs instead of having just a little bit of gold. Because gold can come easily, it's harder to find those pairs to 2-star. Here I do want this axe, but I can't have this axe simply because I don't have enough space. And I can sell this anti-mage to free up this space. And we were rewarded with another axe. Now we fuse the axe. Let's see, what we can replace? We can replace this task because we don't have a beast synergy. We're waiting for beast synergy. And I'm gonna go a little quicker because I believe some of us knows some of the things I'm looking for. What am I looking for? I am looking for a lichen. We didn't find any lichen. See, I rolled so I have 49 of 50 gold. We have items. We can give items to a ranged DPS. Again, we're building a lineup. It's surrounding our 2 stars, and we're slowly building another lineup that we can use for our trolls. We have the Conquer Sensor board, which is great. I'll be touching on the unit positioning and the actual unit positioning per round. Not every round, but rather I'll be touching on the unit positioning for about the early games, mid games, and the late games. Again, we have a good pair. We can sacrifice this slider, and we can be rolling. We have a Witch Doctor. This is interesting. I'll be buying this Witch Doctor, buy this 100. Notice how I'm doing things a little quicker, and I'll explain once we get to the intermediate levels. I'll be selling the task and the lichen. So, I did a few rapid movements here, and this is a lot of things I'll be touching on in the intermediate levels of the guide. Those rapid movement means I know a few units in advance that I would like to keep in comparison with units I don't think I'll be keeping. So those are the units that are more purple, and those are the units that I think will lead us a stronger mid game, because we'll be going into the mid game situation right now. So what I'm planning in my head is we have 3 Ox on the field. Let's find us another Ox and let's see if we can make the Ox work. We're looking for the last disruptor, and this is not the best thing you want to look for, simply because sometimes it's so hard to just find one unit you're looking for, so you really want to open yourself wide for more units. Here we did a few of the more rapid movement, and in comparison with the 2-star Bat Rider and the Lone Druid, I prefer the Lone Druid that's 2-star. Because at Bat Rider, notice how we got the Bat Rider so early. We got the Bat Rider at round 4, round 5. Now, logically thinking, if we find a unit at early game, he shouldn't really be that useful for you in the mid or late game. This is the mid game. So in the mid game, he shouldn't be that useful for you unless he has some really good synergies. Like if you find the 4 trolls, currently we only have 2 trolls, or 3 trolls. So actually we do have 4 trolls, because I missed this little guy over here. I think a lot of you would be like, hey, he missed the 4 trolls. So let me show you what I mean by the 4 trolls. I'm going to be putting down the 4 trolls. I'm going to be removing a few units. Okay, so those are not the 4 trolls, by the way. Those were 3 trolls with imposter troll over there. So here the trolls will actually give us a spike in terms of attack speed, and sometimes you just need that bit of attack speed to do some magic. Let's see if we can win. And the Lone Druid is a high rank unit I really rate really highly, because at level 2 he's really incredible. This bear is surprisingly tanky and does a great amount of damage for us. That's a 3-star Bat Rider, but he disappeared. So again, some of the units that we have been using, like this anti-mage, has fallen off simply because he was an early game unit. I'll be touching on what are the early game units and why do they fall off in the advanced guide and in the intermediate guide as well. Now I do know that I have 2 Ox and 2 Warriors. By leveling up, I spent some gold, but this enables me to activate more Ox synergy and the Warrior synergy to make ourselves even tankier. And give some items. And yes, so looking over here, we do have the Trolls, we have the Warriors. Oh, I forgot the Troll is also a Warrior, so we actually have an actual Warrior right now, because we have 4 Warriors. You want to be just right for your combination, so you just want the 3 Warriors or the 6 Warriors or the 9 Warriors. Very nice. We're looking for this disruptor simply because this activates our troll synergy, the 2nd level of troll synergy. So notice how the initial casters like disruptor, we really want a disruptor to be casting really early for us. So I'm actually placing him in the middle. just for that cast. And looking over here, what's going to happen is this disruptor with the Ox synergy is going to be our first line of initiator. And he's a purple unit that we got to 2-star. That means he is going to be very strong first. And this Storm, if you look at my tier list, I have explained he's one of the best initiators. Unfortunately for us, we actually found ourselves into a very strong Knight combination with this particular player, and we were weaker compared to him. Now that we have most of our lineup, we can do two things. We can level up or we can find more pairs. Let's try to find more pairs. That buffer we can keep. Dragon Knight, let's see. Don't need, actually, we don't need the best buffer. Again, I'm trying to find more pairs. And when I find more pairs, it's likely I can switch out things, but here I didn't want to switch out any. So what do you do when you have a good combination? I have Ox, I have Warriors, I have a Lone Druid that I feel is variable. I can switch this Lone Druid with this Conquer, but what I really want to do is I want to level up my courier to level 10 to place this additional unit. And notice how sometimes if you want to really get more efficiency out of the game, we can count the value of the units here. We can be selling them for gold, but this really depends on what your strategy is. This is a good upgrade. We do need 45 more gold after the next round to be leveling up, to replace our units. But what if we sell this too? Right now we're looking at 45, but if we sell the Deucer, we're very close. And if we sell the Beastmasters, we will be sitting at 45 gold. But notice how when it's at 45 gold on the next round, that means we have to wait for this round to end to be on 4. And 36 divided by 4 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. And that big round, know that. I didn't have to say that out loud. Again, we're versing a very strong Dragon Knight as well, which is over here. Surprisingly enough, we're versing a Dragon at a 3-star Luna, and we're also having a good chance of... I was gonna say good chance of not dying too much, but the Luna is just so strong. Can we kill her? No. Okay, so the last part I'm gonna touch on is when you have a really nice 2-star you want to be placing out, you really do want to think about the potential of just leveling up like this. So right now I'm gonna level up. Got to level 10. I'm gonna have this one, and it's a little tip on positioning, which is a little like a trailer for the intermediate guide, is that you want your units that you can cast spells that does a lot of good things for you with AoE spells, AoE stuns. You want them to be standing in the front line with some good tanky items, and you want the other units to be sitting in the back line so they don't actually take your spells off. So once they take your spells off, is so that they don't spell your chance of casting spells by sharing damage. This is a very even fight because he's a warrior and we're also a warrior, but we're a troll warrior. Now very soon I'll be finishing this part of the guide and I'll make a conclusion for this one. There's a few things I want to focus on. I think for most players getting to round 30, at round 30, round level 10 with 48% health is a not bad position to be in. I think it will be very high in terms of leaderboard if we have any other players, and this is a not bad position for any player to be in. So what I want to conclude is, as a new player, at the start of game, focus on finding a 2-star or multiple 2-stars, then build a team of synergies and combinations around those 2-stars, and then you want to think about saving after you're having 6 or 7 units on the board. Once you save, just sit back and relax, knowing that you're saving. You can lose some, you can win some, but you already made the best things you can have at that point in the game. So if you're saving, just sit back and relax and start to use your savings interest to really make yourself be ahead of other players in the mid game before they can be really strong. Simply because you have spent your time on saving, and it's going to reward you in the mid to late game. So thank you guys, and hopefully you enjoy this 4-part series of the beginner's guide. I have introduced some new things which I'll be touching on in the intermediate guide and in the advanced guide in the following days. Everything will be complete this week, and I'll be uploading them and putting them into a special replay list and a category for us. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please remember to subscribe and like. It really helps a new YouTuber like me. Thank you guys so much. Let's finish this one. I want to see what happens. This is a goblin one, so we're gonna be annihilated. But funny enough, we might have a chance. No, we got no chance. The goblins are too strong. That's why I'm a professional goblin player, and I'll touch on that on the next video. Thank you guys.